I hope you're having a great day. Well, when we look at the current status of health in our country and we look at the amount of diabetes, we are now the diabetic capital of the world, followed by cardiovascular disease, high amounts of increasing cases of cancer, and every other disease that is connected with this, be it high blood pressure, acidity, indigestion, constipation, and all of these issues together. So, there are two ways of looking at the healthcare system. Number one is we can look at it and keep condemning it and keep talking about medication and the side effects and all of these things. We can start blaming pollution, the quality of water, and all of these things. Or we can start looking at lifestyle and understanding with a little bit of common sense or a lot of common sense is what is the lifestyle that we're leading that is leading to all these conditions. When I look at my data, when I look at all the amount of consults we've done over the last couple of years, with diabetics, heart patients, cancer patients, and all of these things, there is one lifestyle change that our country needs to make if we want to see an improvement. Now, I'm not saying this is the only lifestyle, I'm saying one of them. And the lifestyle change I'm talking about is having late dinners. I cannot understand how we have reached a stage where people are eating their dinners so late and keeping even less than an hour gap between their dinner and between their bedtime, especially coming from a country where the wisdom of eating with the sunset, eating before the sunset, literally came from our own country. And people who did that, and there are a lot of people who still do that, they have early dinners. Fine, I understand our current lifestyles may not enable us to eat while the sun sets or before sunset, but at least earlier, at least keeping a gap of 3 to 4 to 5 hours between our last meal and our bedtime. Now let's understand scientifically how this is creating the biggest problem. And like I said, people will not call this out because yes, I mean, at the end of the day, disease is a business. Okay, the more people are sick, the more money there is. So what we need to understand is, number one, let's talk about diabetes and cardiovascular. Diabetes, if you're eating a late meal, you're going to sleep, your meal isn't even digested, you have still food in your stomach and your intestines, your insulin levels are all over the place because your entire metabolic activity changes the moment you move from a sitting position to a sleeping position. And then the next morning, you find all your blood sugar levels are all over the place. But that same diabetic eats an earlier meal and wakes up the next morning and checks their blood sugar levels. Most of them will record more positive blood sugar levels. The same thing with your heart, high blood pressure. You eat a heavy meal, you go straight to sleep. You have pressure automatically created because you have energy going towards the digestion of food. When your heart is trying to slow down because you're in the position of sleep or you're actually sleeping, you just confuse all the signaling, all the chemical messaging in the human body, and we have more problems. Okay, we all understand it's common sense. We don't need a teacher to teach us the fact that if you sleep right after a meal or you sleep with undigested food in your stomach, okay, you are creating problems in your gut. Just imagine undigested food lying in your gut. Your good bacteria, your bad bacteria, it starts fermenting the food, you start feeding the bad bacteria, and you wake up with a new gut problem again. So the simple thing is the simplest lifestyle change, and of course I know there will be millions of people who will already be having an excuse as to why they cannot have an early dinner. Number one, because they come home late. Number two, because they work late. Number three, because they have a social life. These are excuses. You got to deal with it. Take accountability and responsibility. If you want to make a change in your life, you want to prevent disease, you want to heal disease, you got to take accountability no matter what the problem is. Because let me tell you one thing, when you are seriously sick, all these little things that give you pleasure in your current lifestyle will be stopped and you will not have a choice. So rather you find a balance. Who said you can't socialize if you have an early dinner? There are so many people who have their dinner and go out and socialize. So does socializing mean only eating, or does socializing in the truest sense meaning going out, being with people you love, sharing your time, joking, laughing, doing different things together? But no, in India it looks like socializing equals eating. And that's the biggest problem. So most people who come to us, most people who post their symptoms on Facebook and all of that stuff, the only thing they need to change is the time they eat at night. I know so many people, so many very, very, very busy people who are still able to finish their dinner by 6:30, maximum 7, because they put an effort. If you're going to reach home late, have your dinner at office. A lot of people carry their lunch, carry your dinner. It's as simple as that. On weekends, enjoy your dinner at home with your family if you have to. If not, change your timings if you can. There's always a way out. It's only our human mind that builds obstacles called excuses. Okay? So what happens is we need to understand that Post night, when the sun is set, we produce melatonin. Melatonin communicates with your pancreas to stop the production of enzymes. Okay, there are melatonin receptors in your pancreas. So every time we eat a meal, the pancreas produces enzymes to break down carbohydrates, to break down fats, to break down proteins. Okay, so melatonin signals the body to prepare it for sleep, and it also shuts down your entire digestive process. So now if I eat a late night meal, I'm burdening my pancreas to produce enzymes. What's the biggest issue we have today? Pancreatitis, pancreatic cancers, indigestion, inflammation in the gut, people popping antacids like candy. All of this, it can be sorted out by making one huge lifestyle change. Several others as well. May have your meals earlier. There should be a gap of 3 to 4 hours at least between the time you eat and the time you sleep. Now, if you cannot keep that gap, then your dinner has to become the lightest meal of the day. If your dinner's light, then you can probably get away with a gap of 2 to 2.5 to 3 hours. But if you eat your heaviest dinner and you're going to sleep, you will have problems. You will have heart problems, you will have sugar problems, you will have fatigue problems, you will have more acids in your body and all of those things. So again, we go back to the traditional wisdom of our elders, which made so much of sense. Our metabolism starts slowing down while the sun sets, as the sun sets. So if I'm going to eat a big meal, I don't have the metabolic fire to even digest the meal that I'm eating. So if you must eat late, eat very light food. If not, make it a lifestyle change. I can understand once in a week, it's your weekend, you go out, you have a late meal, that's fine. What about the balanced 6 days? What about the balanced 6 days? And yep, there's a whole medical community that's waiting to give you a pill for your acidity, a pill for your indigestion, a pill for your stomach bacteria. And they're not wrong. You're going to them with a symptom, that's their job. But the whole point is, when is this going to stop? Okay, and because it's not stopped, that's why we're leading the world when it comes to diabetes. Come on, in India, we're smart. We know everything. We're just not doing it the right way. It is shameful that educated people suffer from diabetes. Especially, they know what they need to do, but they don't do it. The same thing with cardiovascular diseases. It is so amazing to see affluent, educated people knowing everything about their business, everything about money, everything about finance and everything else, but they don't understand the importance of a 30-minute workout, and they will skip it. They will skip their workouts, and yet they're in this position of knowing everything and intelligent and high IQs and all of that stuff. Plain stupidity. It's as simple as that. You want to change your health, you want to prevent disease, it is your responsibility. It is not the responsibility of your doctor, your nutritionist, your personal trainer, or anyone else. Common sense. You use common sense to build your business. Okay, use common sense to build your health at the same time. So this is one lifestyle change, and I'm going to throw out an open challenge to everyone, because I want you to feel the benefits of having an early dinner. For the next 1 week or 10 days, I don't care if it's Diwali, Christmas, or whatever, we're going to have excuses coming up into our life every single day of the year. So break away from those lame excuses and stuff. You want to enjoy Diwali, enjoy Diwali. What about before Diwali? What about after Diwali? Diwali is 1 day, maybe 1 week for some people. Fine, fall out of track for that 1 week, but get back on track after that week. Don't start getting dependent on, oh, now it's the wedding season and it's Christmas and let me have a New Year resolution. Okay, that's the lamest reason that any human being can have. Enjoy Diwali, get back on track. Enjoy Christmas, get back on track. Otherwise, you're always going to have an excuse. Look at people's social calendars today. There are weddings, there are parties, I can't tell you how much of socializing, which is the root cause of most disease in our country. Have the ability, have the strength, have the confidence to tell someone, no, I am not coming for this event because I need to sleep tonight. I need to eat well. I've been partying too much. I need to take a break. Don't link your self-worth and your self-confidence with other people's opinions and society, because society is clearly controlling most people's lives today, telling them what time to dance to, what time to eat, what time to sleep, how much of sleep to compromise, how much of binge drinking to do. You're being controlled by society like puppets. And society, which is man-made by man and woman, is controlling all of us and our kids today. You got to be strong enough to know your own self-worth to put your foot down and say enough is enough. These are the amount of days I will socialize this month. Go out, have a blast, party hard, come back, get back to your life of discipline, because without discipline, nothing works. So for the next 10 days, I want each and every one of you to try something very simple. Have your dinner as early as you can. Try to get it done by 6:30, maximum by 7 o'clock. Eat what you want. Have your carbs, your proteins, your fats. Don't try to diet in your last meal. Don't be stupid. Don't try to diet. Have a proper meal. The beauty is when you follow nature's cycle, you don't have to diet. If you respect the circadian rhythm of the human body, you don't have to ever diet. You don't have to cut down, starve yourself. So have a full, proper, wholesome meal if it's early. And then you don't have anything till breakfast the next day. So look at the beauty of this. Number one is you're giving enough of time for digestion, cleanup, detoxification, lowering inflammation, everything. And you're automatically building almost a 12-hour fast, which is beautiful for your immune system, your weight, your hair, your skin. So you get two things by eating earlier. Plus, number three, you're going to sleep better at night. How can you sleep better when you've had a heavy meal? You sleep because you're tired, but not at depth. Okay, just imagine now I've eaten a carbohydrate, I've eaten a biryani at 11 in the night and I'm sleeping at 12 o'clock. By the time the biryani starts breaking down, it's probably going to be 1 or 2 in the morning. It's a carb. What does a carb do? It gives us energy. So I'm going to fall out of my deep sleep cycle if I've even reached it. Okay, and now I've even messed up my sleep. So I have indigestion, I have acidity, I have sleep deprivation. The perfect cocktail for diabetes, the perfect cocktail for cancers, the perfect cocktail for cardiovascular diseases. So all I'm asking you is have a little bit of common sense, okay? Feed yourself at the right time. You know, no species on this planet except humans abuse themselves. Animals will eat when they find food at the right time, they'll sleep at the right time and all of that stuff. But we take our bodies for granted because society controls us. Society dictates what I should wear tonight at this party, how much I should dance, how I should look, how much lipstick I should put, which fancy car I should take out, which handbag I should wear. All dictated by society. Very few people do it from their heart, truly, because they feel good doing it that way. I'm not saying don't have a lifestyle, have it, but live it with authenticity and live it with truth, not according to what other people, say and tell you to do. Next 10 days, have the earliest possible dinner. You want to go out party? Have your dinner at home, go out and party. Who said you can't have a good time? If only food makes you have a good time, then you're going to have all the problems that come along with wrong eating habits, overeating, and all of these things. Take it easy, slow down. Try this for 10 days. A lot of you resisted intermittent fasting before, and today it's your life. The next challenge for you is early dinners for the next 10 days. And within 7 to 10 days, you will realize how you feel. Like intermittent fasting, it would have trained you to eat earlier, eat lesser. Cravings will fall down. Your sleep is going to get better. You wake up with so much of energy, a great bowel movement. Things like constipation and stuff will start getting better. You're less acidic. Your skin's going to glow. You're going to wake up without water retention. Imagine having an outside restaurant meal in our country, which is full of salt and sugar. You're retaining water. In the morning, you wake up, you're puffy, you're bloated, and then you think you're fat, and you come for a nutrition plan to lose weight. You don't need a nutrition plan to lose weight. You need to fix your dinner time so that you don't wake up all puffed up. And it's as simple as that. So the next challenge for 10 days, have an early dinner. If you can't do 7 o'clock, do 8 o'clock. That's fine. But try to keep that long gap between your bedtime and between your dinner and see how your body works for you. You see, people have complicated health. They're health obsessed, looking for exterior things and outside things to make them healthier. We have all the mechanisms in us. Use it. Use the mechanisms that you have before you start complicating your life and making it more complex. Use your own mechanisms. One of it is an early dinner and reap the benefits. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.